Assalamu alaikum. Today we have chapter 5, words and word formation processes. In this chapter, we are going to deal with the main word formation processes or techniques or strategies, what time you are going to use for creating, inventing, or making new words. You should know that we have two strategies. The first strategy is that either we are going to invent new totally new words, and the second strategy is that we have already words and we are going to derive new words from them. Okay. Three before we go to the main word formation processes. Number one, these processes are called systematic word formation processes in the sense that they are going to be subject to the systems available or found in a language. For example, the new words should be within the phonological system of the language and also within the more orthographical system of the language. It means that we are not going to derive new words or to create, invent new words that are going to be deviation of the sounds of English and orthography of English. The second point, depending on the language, some of these processes may be available in one language rather than the other. It means that languages are going to be different relatively among the number of these processes. Some of them are going to be very predictive in one language and not predictive on the other. Some of these processes are going to be of constant use in one language, while other are not in the other language. The third point, the result, whether they are available frequently or of direct use or of common use in one language rather than the other, the result is that we have new words, and these new words are created and added to the lexicon of the language. You see, new words, it means that these new words are going to be subject to phonological changes maybe, or morphological changes, syntactic or grammatical changes, and also they're going to be subject to shifts in meaning. The first formation process is called neologisms. Neologisms is divided as the invention of totally new words. See the importance of the word totally. It means that there are no other previous words and we are going to derive from them. No, the invention of totally new words. The typical process of neologism, as seen in the example of Splanglo and Splanglish or Splangid, usually involves the extension of a project's name from a specific reference to a more generic sense. It means that we should have a product, and this product is devised, created, invented for the first time. Okay, and then we are going to name that product, and this name is going to be at the beginning. In the beginning, is going to be of a specific reference, and by constant use is going to be of generic reference. Like the names of Samsung products. The first we have Samsung. Okay, then we have Samsung products, and these names, these products, whether they are different in structure, different in technology, different in use, different in size, all of them are going under the term of Samsung. So Samsung is called neologisms. For example, think of terms of names like Kodak, Canon, Kleenex, Exeros, and Nylon. All these are products. Because of being created, invented by people, before their invention or creation or producing them, manufacturing them, we don't have these terms. But after inventing them or manufacturing them, we have Kodak, we have Canons, we have Kleenex, we have Samsungs, we have iPhones, we have computers, we have mobiles, we have nylons. These started as names of a specific product. For example, Kleenex started as a name of a company, but now after that they are used frequently as generic names for different brands of these types of products. As you see that for example, we have different kinds of Kleenex, مناديل ورقية, different size, different colors, different decorated with odors or not. All these are going to be called the Kleenex. The same for what? For mobile. Different categories, different classifications, different capacities, different properties. Think mobiles which are very expensive, mobiles which are very, let us say, cheap. All of them, we are going to call them mobile. The same for computers, for laptops, for tabs, etc., etc. These inventions. So neologisms means that we are going to invent new words, and these new words are not existent before. And by invention, they are going to be of very specific use. Why? Because this is their first name. Then we are going, because of their common use and used constantly by people, developed, created, invented, they are going to move to be of generic use. It's quickly possible to understand a new neologism and then accept the different forms that derive from it. You see, it is very easy. For example, any invention of any, for example, mobile brand nowadays, Xiaomi, Realme, Oppo, etc., they are going to be understood by people quicker than before, and then they are going to be these forms, these names are going to be accepted, and we also can derive new words from them. The other process is called etymology, the origin. It is defined as the study of the origin and history of words. We are going to study the origin of words and the history of words. There are different ways in which new words can enter a language daily. The etymological studies prove that there are different ways, different means for words in order to be used or stated in one language. They say that these different ways are related to culture, related to translation, related to contact, related to trade, related to economy, technology, so different ways human can use in order to predict or to invent new words, and these words are going to enter into the lexicon daily. We have different views regarding the etymological reasons behind deriving, creating new words. You see that since we have different ways for words to enter a dictionary, so there are different views regarding their etymological and historical views. Some linguists believe about the origin of one word and don't believe about the origin of other words. In one way or another, they are going to be accepted in the etymology or in the lexicon or dictionary of a language. See, for example, handbook. Usually the book was very heavy and was written, but by invention of printing, typewriting, so the book is going to be shortened, reduced, and whenever the book was be able to be carried by the hand, we have the new word handbook. Also for vaccines and also for aviation, because of the invention of planes and aircraft, and because of the speed of the aircrafts and the properties, technological properties of aircrafts, so the word aviation has been used. The same for a vaccine. See, the same name now for COVID-19, because of the spread of this pandemic and the creation of this word, so we have it. So COVID-19 is a neologism, but the origin, when we come to the origin of the word, scholars or linguists or dictionary lexicographers are going to give us detail that COVID-19 is related or is accompanied by Wuhan, the Chinese Wuhan, and the number of death of people, number of companies trying to invent a vaccine for it, etc., etc. Of these details. These all within the etymology of the language, etymology of the term COVID-19. We must view the constant development and evaluation of language words and their uses instances of its validity and productivity. This is a very important point, that the constant development and evaluation of language words, it means the different changes that may occur on the language world related to its pronunciation, related to its morphology, related to being changed from one grammatical category into another category. These are all called instances of the language vitality and language productivity. It means that the language is very productive, that we have such instances of changes, of constant changes or development or evaluation of the language. Otherwise, we are going to call language is dead. The other word formation process where we have new words is borrowing. We are going to borrow new words from other languages. And new words also enter a language through contact with other language because of trade, because of traveling, because of civilization clashes, etc., etc. These movements and things, we have new words coming. You see, earlier because of the wars between countries, between nations, because of the economical conflicts, because of the agricultural development. We have seen new words because of the invention of technology. We have seen new words coming from one language into another language. Because of being the international language, the number of bird words in English is regarded the most important. Or English is regarded of the highest number of bird words, because English is the most important or the most international language, and all people of the world are going to use it. Therefore, we have instances of bird words, more bird words from Persian, from Arabic, from, for example, Chinese, from Japanese, from Dutch, from French, from Chinese, entering or borrowed to the English one, because of the people of these countries are now living in states, and these words were regarded, and even the ways those people are uttering or pronouncing or using these words are also entered to the English language. Here are some examples of foreign words that found their way into English. For example, leak or yacht. These are called, they are taken from Dutch, Germans. We have barbecue, and cockroach. They are taken from Spanish. From Italian, we have piano, we have concerto, we have pizza, and we talked about pizza. We saw that now pizza is one of the most common words in the world, because all people on the world are using, cooking, are making different kinds of pizza and different delicious recipes of pizza. Therefore, pizza is one of the commonest words, and it is derived from Italian, and people know that it is derived from Italian because Italian is the origin country of pizza. In Arabic, do we have such bird words? Yes, we have decor, we have ballet, we have cinema, we have camera, radio, television, وغيرها من هذه اللغة. Do we have Arabic words in the English language? Yes, we have many. One of them is chemistry. One of them is algebra, etc., etc. Why? Because of the old influence of the Arabic civilization on the world. Bird words are subject to phonological and grammatical changes. Of course, that when we have a bird word, a word borrowed from English into Arabic or from Arabic into English, there are going to be a number of phonological and grammatical changes. We are going to have, or to see that there are, for example, difference in stress placement, because the people of the original words are uttering the word in a different way from the bird one. Also, we have, for example, the change of the word category, because it is used in English, so people are going maybe to modify its use from being only a noun into a verb, into adjective, by adding a number of suffixes or etc. of such factors. Bird words may be used with the new novel meanings. It means that not only we have changes on the phonology of the word or the grammar of the word, but also we have changes on the meaning. Some new meanings are going to be derived. For example, partner and look. Originally we have partner, sharik, and look, manzar, yanzar, etc. But because of some clothing companies started to invent or to create or to sew suits that are jackets or clothes that are used by male and female, and they are completely different, identical. For example, the husband and his wife are wearing the same trousers, for example, tracksuit, sports suit, or we have the same clothing for male babies and female babies, so they are called partner. Look, now we have it as a compound. So because of this aspect, because of this development, this change in, for example, in fashion, so we have it to mean that two people are wearing the same clothing. We have translation. It is a special type of borrowing. It means that the words are not going to be totally invented words. No, we are not going to say that these are instances of something never being used before. No, they are already found in one language, and because of translation, you are going to borrow them. It is also known as khaliq. Okay, it means that a direct translation of elements from one language into another language, because of, for example, the building of high For example, buildings, huge buildings in for example, in the Western civilization, when we have it in the Eastern civilization or in Arab countries, now we are going to invent new words. لذلك المجمع العلمي العراقي والمصري والسوري are working hard on inventing new words that are going to accommodate or to be equivalent of the original words. لذلك عندنا سكاي سكايبر، عندنا ناطحة السحاب، عندنا أبراج، عندنا سوبرمان، عندنا الرجل الخارق، عندنا همبرجر، عندنا هذا أصبحت نقانق، سوسج وغيرها من هذه الأسماء. All these are what we call it clonal translation. It means that the origin is not found in the language or not invented by the original, by the borrowed language. No, it is invented in another culture, in another civilization. And when we have it, we are not going to transliterate تعريب الكلمة. No, we are going to invent a word that is going to be equivalent to that word. لذلك عندنا الأبراج، عندنا ناطحة السحاب. Compounding. One of the important word formation processes in English and any other language, like Arabic, for example, okay, is process of compounding. It means that we have new words are also created through the common process of compounding. By what? Combining two or more words together to form a new complex word. It means that we originally have two words or three words. Originally, we have the original words, and we are going to what? Just to combine them in one way or another, or to form what? To form a new word. You see that the new word is going to be either partially derived from the meaning of the the original two words, or that it's going to have a new, complete meaning of that. So we have examples. For example, post and card. You see card and post, but when we join them together, we have postcard. When we have, for example, post and office, we have book and case. We have a black and bird, black and ball. You should also know that the original two words may be noun plus noun, maybe noun plus adjective, maybe adjective plus noun, maybe noun plus adverb like passerby, and etc. of these structures. And do we have compounding in Arabic? Yes, we have it. عندنا المركب الإضافي مضاف مضاف إليه، عندنا مركب المزجي، عندنا مركب الإسنادي. So we have also combined more than two words. More than two words, maybe three words are going to be combined. Mother-in-law, for example, Sergeant at arms, عندنا fast food restaurants. Originally, we have fast food. Then, if we want to have to say it a fast food and to increase this compound, we can say fast food restaurants. And then a part-time job. A part-time job. You should take attention here that when we have three compound of two words, is the form of this compound is going to be either two separate words. For example, matchbox, match and box are going to be written separately, or they are going to be what? To be joined by a hyphen. We are going to put a simple hyphen between match and box, or going to be one solid word, match and box. Okay. Do we have compounding in Arabic? Yes, as we said it just a minute that we have compounding, three different types of compounding: مركب إضافي, مركب إسنادي, مركب مزجي in Arabic. Therefore, we have instances of قائم مقام. عندنا examples of أبو طالب، عندنا زين العابدين، جاد المولى، تأبط شرا، صافي النية، سر من رأى، and رأس المال. Do we have other processes of automation? Yes, we have many. We have a blending. Blending is mean combining two separate words to form a new single word. Again, like more compounding, blending is what? Is that we have originally two words and we are going to join them. If we are going to join them completely without doing any changes on the form of the word, this is not a blending, this is compounding. So what is the strategy? What is the procedure in blending? In blending that, we are going to take the beginning of one word and the end of the other word. So we are going to take, for example, the first two letters from the first word and to take the last two or three letters from the second word and going to combine, to blend the result or the selected words, selected letters to form a new words. Like smoke and fog, we have smog. We have motor and hotel, we have motor. We have breakfast and lunch, we have brunch. We had many examples of these. For example, in Arabic, we have barri and ma'i صار barma'i. We have kahra and ma'i, kahra ma'i. عندنا kahra and مغناطيس, kahra مغناطيسي, and etc. etc. of examples. Let's talk about clipping. You know, you heard the word clip in TV shows, in songs. It means that we are going to take very short piece of the original. Clipping means that shortening or reduction of a longer word into short form. It means that we have originally the original word, and this long is going to be it's longer than expected or longer than the short form, and we are going to do a kind of shortening, a kind of reduction, decreasing the number, in simple words. Clipping English gave rise to words such as fax out of facsimile, okay, see, and we have gym out of gymnasiums, and we have lab out of laboratory, we have LIT out of literature. Is it only restricted for names of jobs, names of topics, names of disciplines? No, also names of people are going to be clipped. For example, Elizabeth, we have Liz. Edward, we have Ed. In Arabic, yes, we have it. We have هذا clipped into ذا, منذ into مذ, ياسين into ياس. Okay, so I wanted to think of what is the differences, what is the difference, or what are the differences and similarities between clipping and blending and compounding. You see that they are going to be similar. Two words are going to be combined together, but in compounding, we are not going to do any changes on the form of the words, whereas in blending, we are going to take the beginning of one word and the end of the other word. In clipping, no, we are going to have one word, but we are going to cut it, okay, and to take only just the beginning maybe of the word. Hypercorism, okay, it's a particular form of reduction where a longer word is reduced. See, we have original of the word, and we are going to reduce it, to shorten it to a simple, to shorten it. Then we are going to add the syllable y or ie to it, to add it to end of the word. For example, moving pictures, we are going to have mov from the first word and going to add ie to it. We are going to say movie. Also for television, we are going to say tele. Also for telegram, see that now younger people are going to say, I have account in, instead of saying telegram, I have account in tele. Okay, like we have, for example, I have an account in Insta. Now Insta is going to be like a kind of a clipping of the word. But if we are going to add y or ie to the word, it means a hypercorism. Okay, bookmaker, they are called bookie. Breakfast, we are going to brekkie. Some people saying that names of some Arabic names are going to be ending in y just for funny or for entertainment, for تصغير الاسم, like Abdullah Aboudi, وهذه الأمور أيضا they saying are going to be of similar result. Back formation. Back formation means what? Means that you have a noun and you are going, the noun is ending in er, or, ar, and you are going what? To cut these, to delete, to take off these er, ar, or, and to change the word from a noun into verb. Back formation results when a word, a noun, is formed from another word by taking, deleting, or a typical suffix in the language. So we have a noun enters the language first, and then a verb. Usual this is we have a noun and then the verb of this deriving from the noun. If the noun ending in er, ar, or are related to the person who is doing the job, so, and we are going to add, to cut, or to delete, take off the er, or, ar, and we are going to have a verb. This process is called back formation. For example, we have editor, we have babysitter, we have housekeeper, we have typewriter, we have television. Okay, we are going to end er, for example, or ion from the word. So we have edit out of editor, we have babysit out of babysitter, we have housekeep out of the housekeeper, we have typewrite out of typewriter. Why? Because originally we have a typewriter. We created the typewriter and then we train people to use it. So typewriter and then the tabi'a, then we have to typewrite. Okay. The original assumption tendency that nouns ending in er, ar, or can be backformed by what? By into verbs by deleting the er, or. In Arabic, yes, we have it. احنا عندنا ندول القضية، تدويل المسألة. تدويل بمعنى عندنا دولية. We are going to change it by what? By adding تاء الرابطة لدلالة الاسم, and we move it into verb. We have conversion, and it is very common and used by students of English. For example, you heard lots of about curtain, about carpet, and you commonly say we carpet the room, or we curtain the room. It means that you are going to use the noun in the form of verb, also to furnish the room, etc. Conversion is a very productive process in modern English, where the extension of the use of one word from the original grammatical category into another category. It means that we are not going to do any change on the form of the word, but we are going to change its category from noun into verb, from a verb into noun. People say, or linguists say, that these are instances of change of paradigm, category changes, or functional shifts, as if there is a shift in the function of the word. For example, the word must is a verb. It's a modal verb. But also we have instances saying that class attendance is a must by adding a and move it into what? Into noun. See the other examples here. Did you dust the living room? Usually dust, we have it as a noun, but here, since it is used as a verb, so it is an instance of conversion. He's a cheat. We know that he cheated, but here we have he is a cheat. They are going to down the salaries. The government is going to down the salaries and to up the taxes. This is a common structure, a common sentence nowadays. We have the adverb see, or the adverb down and up. Now we use it as what? As verbs. We have microwave, but we can use this microwave, this noun, into verb by saying, for example, are you going to microwave the dinner? It means to heat the dinner. Also, the word Google, you see, Google, we have it as a noun, but I'm going to Google the point, the topic in the, for example, in the net. It means that I'm going to search. And in a هاتف, and also يهاتف, I'm going to أهاتفك هذه الليلة. It means I'm going to call you this night. These are examples of conversion. But one important point in conversion, that there are instances of shifts, substantial shifts in meaning. Means that they are going to do a certain dangerous changes. So the changes are going to be negative, not positive. See the word, the noun doctor, it is a noun. And when we use it as a verb, it has two meanings. It means that to treat medically, and this is the common, regular meaning of the verb out of the noun, but also it means to falsify, to fake, to manipulate. If you want to translate this sentence, the reports could have been doctored. It means what? يمكن أن تم التلاعب بالتقارير. الآن doctor as what? As treated falsely, as treated let us say manipulatively or fakely, as if there are false facts have been done on the reports. Also total بمعنى to add, to sum up. Okay, they were left with debt totaling. تركوا بديون أو غادروا بديون مقدارها كذا عليهم. لكن also total as a verb can mean what? Damage. He almost totaled the car. بمعنى هو بشكل كلي دمر أو قضى أو أفسد السيارة. Damage the car, destroy the car. Coinage. In some books of linguistics, they believe that coinage and neologisms, which we explain as the first process, are the same. See the definition, the same definition, the invention of a new total words. I also believe that. So it is not common in English. Also neologisms, we said it is not common in English. Why? Because it is related to the products in technology, products in trademarks. Even the examples mentioned in the book are the same in two parts. Typical sources are trade and technology norms and trades, brands. If we have new brands, technology brands, or for example, trade brands, new technologies are invented, we are going to create a new coinage for them. So coinage and neologisms are going to be the same. Kleenex, nylon, Kodak, Teflon, Google, etc. Okay, but you have seen that these are related to trades, are related to economy, related to profession, related to what? To, for example, to technology. Do we have coinage or neologisms related to person, to people? Yes, we have it. Are related to place? Yes, we have it. Now, all the names, for example, of places are related or referred to by the names nearing to them. Zawra, Al-Mansur are related to names of people. For the example, and these are called eponyms, like McDonald. McDonald is used for what? When we say I take, for example, I deliver from McDonald, we are not referring to a name of a person. No, it is a name of what? Of, for example, a restaurant or a trademark. Jeans also, it is, for example, it's a word taken from the Italian city Genoa in Italy, where this type of a cloth was created or was made for the first time. Also, Teddy, this word is taken from Theodore Roosevelt, the American president, and they created this nickname, for example. Okay. Another important and predictive word formation process is acronyms. Acronyms are words created from the initial letters of several words. So we have the original words. Here we are not going to create or to invent new totally words. No, we are going to take, we have a number of words, and we are going for economy, for brevity, we are going to take the initial letters from these words and we're going to combine them together. Okay, we have 3 or 4 points here. Okay. Acronyms can be in capital or small letters. So we have acronyms all in capital letters, like CIA, we have the BBC, CNN, all of them are in capital letters. And we have acronyms in what? In small letters, going to be written in small letters, like laser, radar, etc. Depending on their first use. Okay. Also, he said in your book that acronyms can be uttered as separate letters or as one solid word. It means what? You can say BBC. We can say CIA, FBI, UN, okay? But also we have NATO, we have UNICEF, we have radar, we have laser, okay? All these are of two categories, of two types. One, they are going to be uttered to be used as separate letters, BBC, or they are going to be one word like radar. People usually, whether they are one word or they are, for example, uttered as separate as people don't care for that. They don't think of their meaning. They are looking for the frequent and the recent, up-to-date use of these. So people, they don't care about what is meant by laser. They are looking for the use of the laser and the result of laser. I believe this is a word, not as abbreviations of different words. Like NATO, they are not coming to say that and referring to North, A and T and O. No, they are saying that this is NATO and they're going to give it one equivalent. In Arabic, it is common. عندنا وعاء وكالة الأنباء العراقية, a common strategy, a common word process found. We use it for economy. One of the most important, most predictive process of word formation in language, in English specifically, is the use of derivational morphemes. Next chapter, we are going to examine or to consider morphology in details, and we are going to see that derivation is one of the important. Beside inflection, we have derivation, where the possibility of forming new words is open. We have original words, and we are going to derive new words by adding some of these derivational morphemes. For example, take the word arrange. In arrange, we can say arranges, arranged, arranging. We have rearrange. Also, we have arrangement, and we have rearrangement. See, rearrangement. Okay, or we can say rearrangements. Okay, can you have act? An act, we can have act, acts, acted, actor, action, active, activity, actress, activator, etc., etc. We have a play, we have a state. Also, we can derive many words. This is the process called word family. And if you want to increase your vocabulary, you can follow this strategy. In Arabic, we have كتب, هذا الفعل الثلاثي. We can derive many words. كتب, يكتب, تكتب, اكتب, كاتب, مكتوب, كاتب, مكتبة, and different words and different structures can be derived. Like درس, يدرس, مدرسة, دارس, لعب, يلعب, ملعب, لعبة, etc. of words. The other very predictive process is called affixation. Affixation means that we are going to add some additions to the beginning of the word or the middle of the word or the end of the word. Therefore, we have three types of affixes. We have prefixes in the beginning of the words, and you have come across this in your secondary school. We have suffixes at the end of the word, and we have infixes in the middle of the word. By the way, English is not common in using infixes. It is not common in English, and very little number. Infixes means that you are going to separate the word into two parts, and you are going to insert a new word in the middle. In Arabic, they say it is rich, since we have the possibility of kataba, katib. It is derivation by what? By infixation. Okay. Also, they say that the inflected word inflections, هذا التنوين الضم والكسر, كسر العين الفعل, جزم, هذا سكون لام الفعل. All of these, they are instances of affixation. Is it possible to have more than one word formation process in a single word and a single example? This is the last question for the lecture. Is it possible to have one possible a word out of, for example, many word formation processes? Yes, of course. For example, snowball. This is a snowball. It is two separate words joining together by compounding. We have snowball as one word, one solid word. It is by the process of compounding. Then this noun can be by conversion turned to be snowball as a verb. And this verb, by adding s, by adding ing, by adding ed, we are going to convert it from noun into verb, and from noun by affixation into different forms. Thank you very much, and we are going I'm going to hear your comments and questions later. Thank you very much.